We love it. Oh, look at all these people coming in. Look at all these people I haven't seen in so long. Good old Michael Sindler up there. I mean, Finn Bell over here. We got Lizzie. Come on. We starting it off. We're going to give it a couple minutes per usual to let people trickle into this room while I sit here and drink my juice. Adam Granger in the building. Haven't seen him in like a week, maybe two. Oh man, we got a nice packed list today, and a nice good old like amount of people also signing up just to watch. So it should be a good time. A lot of people, a lot of fun. We got Gustav. Getting everybody into the room. What's up, Gustav? All these great people in here. Man, we love to see it. We love to see it. It has been a minute since I frequented a Thursday night open mic. All the people, all the people. Greetings from California. We love it. We're in California, though. That's always a fun thing to do. If you guys can. Santa Barbara. I know some people in Santa Barbara. Let's go. Yeah, you guys can. Put where you're coming from in the chat while you're coming in. Like, I love seeing that. That's one of the best parts about being on an online open mic, that we can literally spit poems to anybody around the world. That's crazy. Isn't that crazy? It's an open mic with literally the world, from not just the US, but like everywhere. So if you can, I know where some of y'all are from, but if you can, for anyone who doesn't know, put in the chat where you're coming from, what state or what country. We just love to see it. I'll start out with mine. Right now I'm here in Montclair, New Jersey. You know, good old right by near New York City. For those who don't know, we're geography. That's fine. I'm originally, I'll get into that intro when the intro time comes. We're gonna give another just couple of minutes to let the last couple people come through. Last couple people to connect, and then we'll get this party started. Good old Eddie in the chat there. Matthew D. Monkey. We love it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Matthew D. Monkey. Yeah, Matthew D. Luffy or something like that. You know, I had to go with the costume. This is the only open mic for, I guess, Monday. I could have also came in, but I'm not gonna be here Monday because I'm in a plane going home to visit. From Montclair to visit home. Which, if you guys don't know, I'm originally from Iowa. So I had to start out with the costume for the start. Yeah, coming now. We already know. What are you talking about? No, you won't see me at the New Year closing on the 31st. Sadly, those of you in the NYC area might be going to the New Eurekan Poets Cafe live. If you don't know, I think we all know that on the 31st, the last day of the New Eurekan being open as a physical entity space, And 3 years later, it's going to open back up. Well, this virtual doesn't affect the virtual space at all. So we're also going to be here, which is going to be great. We're going to be rocking here. I'll probably be here more often. And from there, we can do exactly that. Go from there. Oh, yeah. Listen up to Elemental in the good old chat. Okay. It's 5 minutes after 9, so we're going to get started. And welcome, welcome, welcome. As Elemental said, welcome to the Thursday night online open mic presented by the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, the Mecca, the legendary, the one given to us by some ancestors, and we keep it going. Okay. This week, obviously, I'm the host, which some of you might know me, some of you might not. That's totally okay. My name is Matthew Marroquín. If you guys have been in the poetry space for long enough in this virtual space, you might know me as Maddie or Maddie Mais, because I come from the cornfields of Storm Lake, Iowa originally. Now I live in Montclair, New Jersey. Good old out here doing my poetry things. I'm dressed as Monkey D. Luffy. If you don't know that, go watch One Piece on Netflix. Both the anime or the live action. Both are pretty good. And let's get into it. Let's get into it. So a little bit more about me, just to give you like the good old know-how. This is actually really like full circle here, okay? We are hitting a full circle moment here. Because if you didn't know, which most of you probably don't, because it's my memory, and you guys can't read minds through screens, apparently. Or like in person. I guess it's like not allowed. But Michael can. But 3 years ago, I saw an ad on Facebook. I was talking about poetry, and like Facebook heard me. And I saw an ad on Facebook that night saying, or the day before, saying, come to the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. Okay, cool. Open mic. Pandemic was hitting. I was like, poetry's cool. This is an open mic. Let me sign up. Let me try to sign up. So I try to sign up. And I signed up for the Thursday night open mic. Exactly 3 years ago, the Thursday before Halloween. You know, it was technically the Wednesday because it was like the 24 hours prior. Next thing you know, I see, oh, I got on the list. Let me go in. I go in. Everyone's in costumes because back it was like 3 years ago. So like what, it was on a Sunday was Halloween, something like that. I'm like, whoa, so cool. I remember seeing La Bruja out here dressed up. If you guys might know this, some of them who've been around long enough remember this as her third grade teacher. Okay, she was dressed as her third grade teacher who couldn't say her name right. If you know her real name, Caridad de la Luz. She was like, her name is Caridad de la Luz, butchering it on purpose to emulate the third grade teacher. There I am, like, okay, call me up. Next, you know, it's my turn. Matthew Marroquín, and I'm like, no, say my last name right, please. Marroquín. And I performed for the first time on the Nuyo. 3 years later, now I can say I'm working for the Nuyorican. I live very close. I go there on the regular. And I'm doing poetry as, you know, part of my profession, you know. I do have the full-time, boring job too, but I do, you know, I go to universities, I go perform for open mics, I go perform in feature. It's all fun stuff. So, since many of you haven't heard me spit or go into it, before we go into the rules, I'm gonna spit a quick poem, really quick, just so we can get into it. It's one I wrote for a Thursday night many years ago, all those years ago, honestly. And I edited it up a lot, kind of. And we're just going to go into it. I'm going to read this poem, explain the rules, and then we're going to start the open mic. Okay? We all cool with that? Yeah? 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 Yeah, we're all cool with that. Yeah, I love this feedback. So this one, I titled it Crop Circles. The question I get asked the most is, where are you from? Now, are you asking me where I'm from, like right now, or like where I'm really from? Like the white people ask me. Because I could tell you I'm from Storm Lake, Iowa, but they say, no, where are you really from? And I say I was born in California, but they keep on asking with the, no, like, where's your family from? And I say El Salvador, and they say, oh, is that in Mexico? Crazy how they identify me with a whole other country I never even set foot on. Crazy how I identify myself with said country that I had nothing to do with other than the blue-white blue blood running through my veins, native melanin injected into my cells, and a last name that's traveled seas to get there. I'm from the cornfields of Iowa, where my town is all the beautiful, diverse colors of the BIPOC rainbow, growing refugees turn citizens, turn into me. But if you leave the bubble of my hometown, you see fields of winter snow even during summertime. That snow be cool to us too, treating us like enslaved dole workers we once were. I guess we're enslaved rice and pork plant workers now. I am from my mother's womb. Well, she has magic, you know. That woman magic to create life and love and the best pupusas to ever exist. And I'll fight y'all, anybody who says otherwise. I am from 2 miles north of a town on a small chicken farm, but now I'm living in an NYC suburb. I am from the indigenous tribes of El Salvador. And some Spanish in there too, a last name providing bits of African, because you see, the natives got raped by the Spaniards, who were treated just a little bit better than the slaves, but they mixed and mingled, and out came my parents, and then out came me. I am from fertile soil, in a land with harsh winters. I have strong roots and nutrients and have to fight to survive each season. Ain't no breezing by here. Too little or too much rain can dry or flood our fields, leaving us ruined like my bank account after I invest into a new hobby. I am from the land of the free and opportunity that doesn't like to give it to us black or brown folks. From farm workers with no rights to geniuses in life who are called stupid for not knowing your language 100% correctly. I am from people supposedly illegal when all they did was cross a line in the dirt. From education systems where I'm both wanted for their marketing purposes, but not actually wanted when I try to push equity-focused proposals. I am from colonization and imperialism. I am from cornfields to city lights. I am from another state to another place. And you know what? I am just from planet Earth, okay? That's where I'm from, planet Earth. And no, that is not in Mexico. Thank you. That is just the first opening of the mic. We got the good old Halloween costume on. I'm gonna actually do a dress change into my other thing. But for now, we're into the Mattyverse. We really are into the Mattyverse, guys. Now we're gonna start the open mic. Again, welcome if you're a latecomer here. If you don't know what's going on, okay, because you're about to know, you're at the Thursday night open mic presented by the New York and Poets Cafe. And me as the guest host for today. And we got Elemental working the ones and twos of the code, I guess you could say. Doing all the fun background tech stuff, letting people in to the room and, you know, posting things for me because I can't keep up because I have really bad ADHD. And let's go into it. So, standard rules, as we all know, this is being live streamed on Facebook, on Instagram, or Facebook for sure, YouTube. We already know that's happening. You get 3 minutes to present a piece. Please do not go over time. We do have a good luck round, okay? So we got a packed list and we got a good luck round. So we want to make sure we get as many people as possible. So if you want to get on the good luck round, put your name in the chat. Elemental will take those down and we'll try to keep those sorted. Hopefully we have time for a good old good luck round. You can perform anything, just again, no hate speech, nothing to go against anybody or hate on anybody, or we have the power to kick you out of the room or just to mute you, which is probably what would happen. And that's how it goes. Genres open. I want to hear your music. I want to hear your poetry. I want to hear your short stories. As long as they're under 3 minutes, maybe I can give you a little bit of a grace period of like 10, 15 seconds. But as long as they're close to that 3 minutes, I want to hear it. One piece. I don't need a billion pieces. Just give me that one good piece to put me in the mood tonight. You guys dictate what the mood is for the night. That's the crazy and cool thing about the open mics. Yeah, I can host, I can facilitate, I can create the room how it goes. But you guys are the ones providing the art and to create the space to what it is. Okay? That is all I think there is. Again, these happen every Monday and Thursday night. Make sure you go. Again, no censorship. Say what you need to say. Just no hate speech. We're gonna get started into it. So let's get to the list. On tonight's list, packed, amazing people. I know many of them. Some of them I don't. We're going to get off with the person who's always, and I mean always, first. They are one of the best. Let's hear it for Deadpan Lizzie.
Hello, Beanie Blessings. I'm not always first, but I seem to have fast Wi-Fi here, so I'm always honored if I get to open the space. And thank you for hosting tonight, Maddie. It's good to see you. I'm sorry we'll miss you at the cafe next week, and I'm glad you get to go spend time with your family. That is a blessing, of course. Okay, I'm gonna read 9x9 pankus, and they follow each other. It's titled "Follow the Onomatopoeia." I sit with a stare many fear to figure. When I feel calm, I present intensely. And when my anxiety erupts next to me, like the volcano that sits with me under my blue blanket, I smile so hard my cheeks hurt. I am constantly pulling up my bootstraps because I feel as if I'm always on standby for a fight. But unlike many, I always have proof in my puddings, and my noodles do not hold deceit. Words minced and sizzle in the frying pan, sometimes so garlicky you pull up your bandana to withstand the bout. Eventually, the bartender bangs the kettle with a spatula and honors the winner. One hums proudly the frog prince of the night. The other may feel toady, moaning rat-a-tat-ribbit through embarrassment. We all kick the mud off our fragile selves every day. Pick and choose when we want to be in different deadly duels. Most of the time, no consent. Thank you very much for the space. Many blessings.
Give it up for Deadpan Lizzie.
Thank you, Maddie.
Yeah, Lizzie. Yeah.
Very nice and sweet, man. Very
Yes,
nice and
beautiful,
sweet, man.
Liz.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Hey, great job, man.
Love
Great
those
job.
pancakes.
Thank you very much.
We love to hear it. We love to hear it. Man, a lot of these pancakes are getting better and better as they go. Yeah, look them up. Obviously, always put someone's doing dishes. Someone doing the scrub a dub in the open mic. That's wild. Always put where we can find you in the chat. Say it out loud, put it in the chat, because again, I got an auditory processing disorder sometimes, so I just can't yeah. Put it in chat so I can find you and follow you and do all the fun things. And I'll put mine in the chat too. You can follow me at Vida_Marroquín. I'll put that down there. But for now, we're gonna go to our good old Colorado. Okay, where the mountains are. We're gonna go to Michael Sindler. Let's hear it.
Hey, Maddie, it is just such a treat to see you. This is great. So glad you have this opportunity to host, but just having you back here at all is just absolutely wonderful. I want to, before I get started, go ahead as I do every week and put up this thing for lighthousewriters.org. And I especially want to put it up this week because starting on the 28th, they're having a Queer Creatives Retreat for all kinds of stuff, specifically for the LGBTQIA plus community. And a lot of this stuff is actually going to be online. So it's a really wonderful event. And also a great thing as far as community. So I put it in the chat. Maybe Elemental will be nice enough to put it up on the YouTube thing so people out there in YouTube land can also find it. I am going to do something a little different than what I normally do because I found out yesterday that one of my most dear friends, dear friend of over 45 years, passed away a couple weeks ago, and I just found out about it. And so rather than do my poetry as I normally do, I'm going to do this piece of memoir, and hopefully I can get it in roughly 3 minutes. And it's called Arthur on the Beat. Arthur told me, this music will change your chromosomes. Arthur was a quiet soul and one of the oddest I've met up to this very day. An artist of limited, to say the least, technical abilities, but possessed of a true transcendental and mystical vision, like a cross between William Blake Dolly and Howard Finster. In early '79, he first showed up at my door, his long frizzy hair hanging a foot below his shoulders with a wispy mustache and wearing thick rimmed and thick lens glasses, looking to rent the upstairs apartment. That was not to be, but I and all of my roommates were instantly taken by this strange and seemingly innocent stranger with shy countenance and beatific smile, immediately inviting him in to our tribe of artists, musicians, and hippie philosophers. Luckily, he soon found lodging close by in a cramped and seedy efficiency apartment owned by a well-known local slumlord. He decorated his place with tie-dyed bed sheets and his drawings and paintings, along with cheap prints of works by his artistic heroes. Its every surface was covered with ashtrays overflowing with the residue of joints and bowls and visitors' cigs, empty bottles of Coca-Cola and pizza boxes with uneaten outer crusts inside each one. The smell of pungent incense was nearly overpowering and unrelenting. While it was not the most welcoming environment in some ways, Arthur was such a pleasure to hang with that I spent many hours with him discussing art, books, film, music, drugs, women, and all the things that interested men in their early 20s, at least bohemian types like us. It was in this apartment that he made the declaration repeated at the beginning of this account. As soon as the words had passed his lips, he set the needle down, and I heard a composition unlike any I was familiar with, a series of repeating arpeggios that formed a drone-like meditative sound, and then multiple voices in tone. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It could be Frankie. It could be fresh and clean, over and over, while the other voices repeated number sequences and the arpeggios on string and keyboards and the keyboard swelled and rose and descended with subtle variations. As usual, Arthur was right. That music changed something deep within me, and I've never heard music or anything else, never heard the world the same way again. Was this chromosome altering? What was this chromosome altering composition? It was Einstein on the Beach by Philip Glass. I owe a lot to Arthur for various things he introduced me to, for various acts of kindness he performed, and for years of true friendship. But somehow, in looking back at the memories of our years of camaraderie, one of the most memorable moments we ever spent together was that time in that space when he told me, this music will change your chromosomes, and opened up a whole new world for me. Thank you, Art, wherever you are now, and whatever you and your changed chromosomes are up to. Few people truly alter your perception of the world, and I am eternally grateful for you changing mine. Who knows? You could be Frankie. You could be fresh and clean. Okay. Thank you all very much.
Give it up for Michael Sindler.
Nice, lovely,
Nice.
lovely
Tribute.
Mike. Thank you
Love
for
it.
that.
Thank you. That was very nice.
Rest
Good old
in
love.
peace.
Good old
Truly
love.
beautiful.
All
Yes,
right.
yes.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Amazing. We give a good old little snaps in the air for Arthur. Passings are never easy. I have my ofrenda up there, actually. My altar with my ofrendas y todo is all up there, actually. Just like, I'll maybe turn around and show you guys later. But I got my Day of the Dead altar, like, because that's something I celebrate and I do to reconnect with the people who've gone before me. It's just something to really bring it close. So thank you for sharing that. Now, Man, we're really gonna switch up the mode really quick because next is, we all know him, we all love him. It's Eddie, the fireman foreman, and Flametastic. Let's go, Eddie.
Woo! Thank you, Matthew D. Monkey D. Matthew. And remember, gum, 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 fantastic energy. Hope everyone ready for a gum, gum, red hawk, because I'm gonna be Ed Flametastic. If everyone ready for some spice to make them feel nice, everyone ready for some smut to get out of the rut, is everyone ready for some XG to make them feel sexy, but a little scammer so no one gets hurt? It's gonna have mom and dad ladies, some different stages. So please mind the words to you pages. I just want to burst some cages. All right. Up next, we're gonna have my wonderful erotic pieces called "The Burning Abyss." In the darkness, our tongues dance with eyes open wide. The moonlight spread across our naked canvas. The outside subsides while we ride the raging tides. Our tango inside the scorching abyss. In the darkness, your tin lips quickly allure to mine. My passion suddenly awakens. I taste the ginger engulfing my mind. The dancing embers transcend without end. In the darkness, the quiet heartbeats sing loud inside our chests. Our dull pain suddenly dies. There was no time to sleep or rest. The fireworks were inside our hides. In the darkness, your soft, womanly hands pulled and caressed, our bodies aching for the touch, our longing to fuse chest to chest, our burning bodies were open for the breathtaking rush. In the darkness, you slowly lower your soft, moist heat. My tiring shaft hardens with power. You impelled it by making me your seat, the increased stimulation of our scorching shower. In the darkness, our moans passionately escape into the air. You grind your curvy hips in tight motion. The weight of euphoria leaves our bodies bare. Our sweat and lights become our lotions. In the darkness, your womanly fibers were sucking me into moist canals. The ecstasy overwhelmed our senses. Our flesh glows more than candles. Our moans quickly dispenses. In the darkness, my manly hands hold on to your hips. That wild passion fueled our loins. I kept sucking your nips. Our bodies shine like polished coins. In the darkness, the lights lingered in the darkness. Fast and harder wasn't enough. The gyrating state of bliss. The rough pace is full of sensational stuff. In the darkness, the electrifying orgasmic rays into our collision. Your moist walls collapse around my hardness. The sexual rendition of our hidden competition. The big shivers were sealed by a melting kiss. In the darkness, our minds return to the unknown lands of pleasure. The ecstasy of reaching our peak. Our veins are full of boiling pressure. Our bodies remain still and weak. In the darkness, we rest inside our love nest. The sheets covered our naked bodies. The morning sun covers our flesh. We had luminous zest that we sleepily detest. Thank you.
Give it up for Eddie Poetastic. My man had more nicknames than I do.
That was
Like,
dope. That was dope. That was
Hello,
dope, man.
fantastic.
All right, yeah, good
Very
one.
nice. Very nice.
love
Yummy.
to
Yeah.
hear it. So many different things going on in that poem. Whew. I didn't hear someone turn on the heat. Thank you for that poem, Eddie. Okay, so this next one's kind of special. Okay, this next person's kind of special because, funny enough, out here, a lot of people call me Maddie, right? Maddie Marroquín, Maddie. It's just a nickname that popped up. This nickname originated not within the Nuyo though. It originated in another open mic that happened after the Nuyo on Thursdays. That was hosted and ran by Finn Bell and her platform. She's the one who dubbed me the name Maddie, and then it just caught like wildfire, and everyone started saying it. And I'm like, oh, I guess that's my name now. And it's just kind of funny how that came to be, and it's still existent to this day. Again, you know, 3 years later, that I'm still known throughout the poetry community as Maddie. So it's just kind of funny that it still exists through that one random talk in a open mic in a virtual open mic all those years ago. So let's give it up for Finn Bell. Let's get you on here.
Thanks so much, Maddie. It's catchy, and now it's Monkey to Maddie or Monkey to Matthew. I don't know. I love it. So yeah, hi everybody. Finn Bell. I'm on Instagram, Finn_Bell. I'm going to be cutting in and out potentially because my Wi-Fi has been spotty. So I'm going to try to get through this as fast as I can. Also, if you guys want to and you still have a little energy left in your bodies, please do go to my open mic afterwards. Don't miss this one. Go through the whole one of this, but just slide into there afterwards. I'll post it in the chat. Okay, so the first one is called Zip It. It is a Cyclops poem. And a little bit about a Cyclops poem is it's the creation of Catalyst. She is the wife of Tom from Open Minds, Open Mic. It's a freestyle poem of any length where all the words consist of a solitary letter I. Clip hypothetical wings, sing in six symphonic. Is this demise in line with pretentious lime, light? This glorious blight, bright, bring into this ring, dirty, shining, belligerence, minus, satisfied, fair, fight, skip, right, lip, misogyny, spit, lies, upright, dislike brings light, bite. Is it feeling, perturbing, bitsy might? It's impotent, spoiled child feeling this slight. Is it right? It's unfair? Pobrecito. Chain it, zip it, dip it in silence. I'm unwilling, zilch, counting and lending, sympathetic spirit. All right, sit tight, chill, sweetie. I discover prejudice peaking. All righty, so that's one. Got through that without getting booted off. But my iPad is just it's not cooperating. Okay, so one more and I will do, I lost it. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Okay, so you guys probably heard this one recently. I did this for the Monday night Nuyo Lighthouse Calm in the Chaos. I'm gonna redo it again. It's called Leviathan. Glint of sun, reflection off dusty car window, refraction in my filmy lighthouse eyes. Where does the burden of knowledge flood? A soul parched spiral staircase, my feet grounded on the concrete question. The poet, grill the seeker. How many boats are broken toy carcasses now littering my shores? Do I light the flame for them after the fact, after the wreckage? Do I light the complicity, the flame I cannot muster on my own? Do I harpoon the mighty whale with these two hands, these 8 window panes, fog bloodied, a Leviathan heart for a tin cup of oil, a life for a light, blinding illumination? The sirens tear out their storm cloud locks in their fury, in their envy, wailing, laughing, they ask, when did I learn the genius to thieve the slaughter within their song? On the seafloor, rumbling earth core voices speak. The fish are well-fed messengers, bellies like smooth weighted stone. They consume the dead, swim a stop-start jerky line into ready nets. Survivors discover fire, light the world, become the sun, become the gods. Guts, their gasping catch. Find sailors lost at sea, spill forth, dining on one another's rot. Heaven in replica upon the sea and her lovely face. Hell has lived on land longer than anyone admits. The poet, the sea not hold memory fast in ghost eel heads, conspiracy among the bees, and the air was the solitary lighthouse, always right here, landlocked. The ward of the stalwart rock, who was the first human to claw upward from water sprout, mutiny vein legs abandoned their watch, who tilted the Fresnel, named it looking glass, cursed the world to pine after themselves, to avert their gaze from amphitrite, from Situ, from Eos, from Selene. Am I my sister's light keeper? Thank you.
Give it up for Finn Bell.
Those were beautiful.
Always.
That's really
Yeah,
good.
and
That was dope. That was dope.
Wonderful.
Truly dope.
open
Truly
mic,
dope.
open
man.
mic.
Absolutely.
And that eye poem, that Cyclops poem. Wow, like it's giving me ideas.
Same. Plenty of ideas with that one. We love to hear it. We love the poetry. For those who just hopped on, I know a couple people like hopped on, hopped out. Again, guest hosting here is me. We're doing a bunch of poetry, 3 minutes or less. Let's try to stay right around there. And we're gonna keep it going so we can get more people on this list. Okay. So next, man, I love this kid. Like, I have this guy's freaking music on my Spotify. He only has one single out on Spotify, and I have it on my playlist. So like, you should go stream it everywhere. I have no clue if he gets royalties out of it, but like he would if he just went off of my listens. We got the one, the only Extreme Nation, aka Adam Granger, coming up. Let's get him on here.
All right. I got my Thank You Scientist shirt on right now, and I'm gonna play a song by Thank You Scientist. This is a song that they always close out their concerts with, and I thought it's appropriate as I am a frequenter of the brick and mortar Marroquín, and they are closing in actually less than a week. And so I would like to play sort of this goodbye song, at least goodbye for now. This is called My Famed Disappearing Act. Don't surrender, though you're so close to the bottom. No, I won't let you down. In this war, disaster echoes with their laughter. No, I won't let you down. I'm about to burn your bridges. Now I know that I don't belong here. We'll miss you, everyone. It sure was fun, the times we all had. We'll miss you, everyone. The time has come. We'll miss you, we'll miss you, we'll miss you now. Oh. So goddamn determined to break down all barriers. No, they won't hold us down. In this war disaster, I feel it fading faster. No, I'll let you down. I'm bound to burn your bridges. Now I know that I don't belong here. For now, we'll miss you, everyone. It sure was fun, the time we all had. We'll miss you, everyone. It sure was fun. We'll miss you, we'll miss you, we'll miss you now. Whoa. Had time to focus, didn't think you'd notice if I was ever gone. We've all been waiting now for this moment, so come along, lay your worries down. We've all been waiting, we've all been waiting. sure was fun, the times we all had. We'll miss you, everyone. The time has come. We'll miss you, we'll miss you, we'll miss you now. Oh. Thank you.
Give it up for Adam Granger.
Yeah.
Fine for
Yeah.
always.
Adam,
There
I
to-
love
So
it.
Yeah,
cool,
Yes,
Adam.
you're a
really
whole
is.
rock star, man. For
Yeah.
You're a
real.
rock star,
That's a
Adam.
whole
You
rock
can
star.
find him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Always look
There
forward
is
to this
more
on
than Green Day
Thursdays.
out there. That's good to hear.
Honestly,
Yes.
Adam, put your stuff in the chat because we all know we can find him online on Spotify. He is amazing. I am so lucky I had the chance. Like, he's good here. He's great here, right? But man, live is different. Different. This man goes touring someday. Go get tickets now. Like, you'll be lucky you get to hear him in this space before he like starts touring the country or whatever. Okay, so let's go on. So this next person, you know, I'm not sure if I've ever met them, but their picture when they don't have their camera on looks like an album cover. And I'm like, is that a headshot? Is it an album cover? I don't even know. It makes me feel like it's out of the 90s though, but let's give it up for Kazi Kaz.
What's up, my man? What's up? Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's good. Hello, Matthew. This is my first time meeting with you. It has been a pleasure. I love your energy, man. I love it, man. Yes, actually, it's funny. Yeah, that's actually from the 90s, that style, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know. So I have a piece to that I have tonight. I wrote it quite some time ago. It's titled My Imaginary Friend. So without further ado, I present to you my imaginary friend. I'm a figment of my own imagination. I only exist when I think I do. Sometimes I step out of myself to speak to me, but I don't always succeed. So then I get frustrated, which in turn makes me frustrated. So now we're both sitting there frustrated, side by side, not saying jack to each other. Now, me and I don't always get along. There's this power struggle that has existed since the beginning of our relationship. See, when I am told something, I listen. But me, sometimes talking to me is like talking to the wall. So then I am forced to pull rank on me, which makes me very angry. But I don't care. Sometimes I have to pull me aside and set me straight, which I have no problem doing. But me, it pisses me off. I told him, me, you need to stop being so angry. You need to go back to the me I used to know. This made me very angry. At that point, I realized how hard I would have to work to get me back to the way I used to be. He responded by saying, well, if you were me, you'd understand. And I said, oh, I understand more than you could ever imagine. I know you better than you know yourself. But I missed the old me, the me I grew up with, the me I used to look up to, the me I could talk to about anything, the me I believed in, the me I can't live without, the me I loved. I seem to have left me speechless, which like never happens. So we stopped and reflected for a while. Then after an extremely awkward and uncomfortable silence, I heard me say, you know what? You're right. I don't like this side of myself. It's time for me to go back to being me, to the me I used to be. I responded by saying, I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you.
I also couldn't have said it better myself.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Give it up for God. We love to hear it.
Yeah.
Well, your style is so sick, man. I truly do. I love when you, because it's so locked into me, for real.
We love to hear it. All these poets out here poeting, doing the poetry things, because that's what we do. We just poet. We just poet. That's it. That's a Barbie movie reference. If you didn't get it, if you didn't get it, go watch the Barbie movie again. Next is another poet who I don't think I know either. Okay, we like to see that. I love hearing new poets, especially because like I don't know who they are, and it's great because it's just like I hear a new type of poetry, a new style. Been doing this long enough where I see like everyone has their own style and their own way with it, and so it's just like I'm just absorbing so much all the time. Let's give it up for Jennifer. Let's hear it.
Hi, everybody. It is a pleasure to be here with all of you tonight. It is actually my first time performing here for the New Yorker. I've been to the cafe, I've logged in before, but this will be my first time performing. So the piece that I'm going to share with you guys, it's called Love in Transit. And then I'll also put down in the chat where you guys can find me on IG, okay? So here we go. I fell in love with a man that carried a revelation for me. He wasn't a twin flame, he wasn't a soulmate, but a love in transit, venturing through my portal to uncharted territory within me, gripping me tighter than any soul tie. I had no shield to cover me for what was to come. Entwined, bonded, and mixed, I was transfixed. Wooed but never courted, unbeknownst to me, his love would not be rewarded to me. I drew circles of the same prayer asking God, why is he here? I battled demons, giants, the uninvited, the untitled expressions of my wounds for any clue. These emotions obscured what was seeking me all along that I almost eluded breakthrough. He wasn't meant to give me romance. So I ceased all resistance, surrendering, waving my white flag to undergo the unknown metamorphosis, longing to take my hand. Never mind when he absquatuated, he'd already transitioned me to unveil pieces of myself in poetic form. I reached the highest heights in love that only a select few can pivot and look back at the art unhurt. They are lucky. I was lucky. Remember, their presence can bloom your becoming, so make room for your love in transit. Thank you.
Give it up for Jennifer.
Very nice.
All
Very
right, you're one of us now.
Yeah.
Gotta keep coming back. That was great.
Thank
Word.
you.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Welcome, Jennifer. One of us. One of us.
One of us.
Welcome. Glad you
One
found
of
your
us.
way, for real. Make sure you come back.
Welcome back.
And we're meeting. One of us. That's definitely the big thing that we started. It started off with actually Nick Logos, who was dressed up as Goku 3 years ago. I remember that one vividly. The good old one of us into the Zoom room, or as La Bruja likes to do, and I haven't heard it in a long time, but pop the cherry, 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 pop. Okay, we're gonna go on to the next person. Welcome to the online epic scene. Next person, man. This guy, I just like going to the Zoom rooms just to look at Joski, okay? Because I just get transported looking into his like. I'm like, yo, he's like his own little studio and everything going on. Man, just I gotta meet him in person too, which is great. I gotta meet many people in person, which I love. But let's give it up to the man who's gonna teleport us to a different world, Joski C.
Hey, Maddie. Coming through okay? All right. This is brand new. I just wrote this song. It's called, not sure what it's called. Maybe From Burning Skies. From burning skies with minds on fire, they came to terrorize. From burning skies come bombs that fall like rain on everyone. They're raining on the children with cracked and thirsty tongues, raining on the women with babies in their arms, innocents dying with both sides of this fence. Stop the bombs, turn the water on. Stop the bombs, turn the water on. So sheathe your sword, holster your gun, protect these children. Bombs raining on the children with cracked and thirsty tongues, raining on the women with babies in their arms, raining on civilians with nowhere left to run. Stop the bombs, turn the water on. Stop the bombs, turn the water on. Stop the bombs, turn the water on.
Man, if that doesn't make you wanna teleport to the next
Beautiful, Josie.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh yeah. Just
Hi.
Yes.
So
Yes. That was beautiful, man. Beautiful.
I did
Word.
float away on that.
I'm Joski, plug yourself in the chat if you can, and always plug yourselves, y'all. We love to hear it. I love to follow people. I love to follow people everywhere but home, because obviously that's weird. Don't do that, kids. But we love to follow the Instas on the socials. We're all connected together. You can follow me at vida_Marroquín. That's like life, but in Spanish with an underscore, which is like a hyphen, but like down, and then my last name, which is right there. I just want to drop, because I know this is like a weird time where like people like, some people have to go, some people have to like are coming in for the later half, some people are coming and going. So now that we're like kind of nearish to the middle, I am currently working with one of my good friends over here in New York, and we're gonna start an anthology. So we're starting an anthology, and I'm not gonna name drop it yet because we're gonna drop submission forms later. on November 1st, actually. So you can follow me on Instagram or anywhere else. If you want a different way to figure out about it, message me and I'll give you some other way of contacting me. But it's for those with neurodivergent brains. So about connection, about their connection and communication within the world. So that's like ADHD to autism to anxiety to depression. If you have something or think you got something, submit a poem or many or photos or art or whatever it may be. We're taking all submissions. So we're working on that. Get the word out. Tell your friends. If you got a weird brain like me, submit it. And we'll be out here, okay? So I'll be coming back probably next week and putting more stuff about that once it's all live. I'll be posting about it. So be on the watch for that. Next on this list I have in my phone email that I'm reading, we got Keith Marr. Bring him up to the stage. Oh,
I'm thrilled to be here, especially amongst so many friends and my fellow lovers of the spoken and written word. So if I can take a liberty, I wanted to address a challenge that Elemental made when I was on his Monday night Nuyo. And I haven't been able to get back, but I shared some of my culture, and I mentioned that the Chinese word for poem, the word for poem in Chinese is composed of two characters, word and temple. Therefore, the wisdom of poetry and what poetry has to offer us is both the word and the sacred. And Elemental, he wasn't happy, he wasn't satisfied. He says, so come back another time and tell us what that word means in Chinese. What is the Chinese word? So Elemental, the Chinese word is shi. So that's what we're talking about. So anyway, my fellow lovers of the spoken word, I figured you would appreciate that. Okay, so moving on. I'm going to share something. Where is it? Ooh. Okay. This is called bursting. I am bursting. I am a welling and a swelling. I am drums beating in my chest. I am a blood vessel about to burst. I am an untold story in free verse. I am too many stories for one poem. Is a poem if it isn't spoken? Is a path if it isn't taken? Is bond still bond if his martini stirred, not shaken? I am the voice my mother and father never had, speaking the language of bold. I am bursting at the seams with the language of I am here, motherfucker. I am the vow that refuses to be silent about the things that really matter. I am bursting with story. I am from the poor, tough, trying to get by, but don't give up on your dreams. Hard scrabble, west side of Fresno. I am Chinatown, where the winos on East Street sit lined against a wall like rows of birds of prey on a telephone wire. An alcohol-smelling gauntlet calling out to the 5-year-old me. Hey, Sonny, you got any change? I am white suburbs where we moved in the 3rd grade. I hid the Chinatown in me. I told the kids I didn't know how to use chopsticks. In the suburbs, I lightened my hair with hydrogen peroxide behind a locked bathroom door. I am Chinese and Catholic. I am bursting with guilt. I am a duet in search of my missing half. I am phantom limb syndrome. I feel pain in the self I lost. When I learned not to cry, when I said poetry is for sissies, when I blackballed my shiny patent leather dancing shoes, when I was afraid most of the time, I wasn't man enough, even though I was still a little boy. I am the wounded child inside the man. Adulthood is in addition to childhood. It's not a substitute. I am a hand to hold. I am arms that embrace you. I am eyes that see the poetry in you. I am ears you can whisper into. I am a strong cup of coffee to warm your heart on a cold winter's night. I am bursting into view with the untold stories of my culture. I am a glimmering mirror, a gift for the emaciated little boy in me, starving to glimpse his own reflection. I am bursting with pride. I am the yellow mamba. I am Jeet Kune Flo. I am Enter the Poet. I am kicks of fury up David Carradine's ass. I am a dance in search of a beat. I am sexy, sassy, sashaying, swaying, breathtaking, earth shaking, love breaking, bringing home the bacon, quaking and shaking, sexy Asian hips. That's right, I said sexy Asian hips. I am hope rising. And maybe, just maybe, there's a part of me in you and a part of you in me, just bursting at the seams with a story to tell. But as for me, without a doubt, my brothers and sisters, I am absolutely, positively, unequivocally about to burst. Thank you for listening.
Give it up.
Wow.
Man.
Wow.
Hard.
Damn.
Bar upon bar
That
upon
was so
bar upon
deep.
bar upon bar.
That was so deep, man.
Come on.
Wow.
What?
Wow. Wow.
Thank you.
Come on.
Wow.
Shout out to Dragon of the West, man. That cat's for real. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you. Thank
My
you,
man
folks.
said, I am Enter the Poet. He really,
Oh my goodness.
we out here. We're really out here. We love it. Oh my goodness. This is what I'm talking about, y'all. Like I don't know where Keith is from, but like he be dropping facts onto me that bars I don't think I've ever would have heard if I wasn't in this room tonight. This is something that Jive Poetic says every single open mic. I'ma say it as well, but it's something I just love this saying. If you guys don't know Jive, he's the host of the Friday Night Slam at the New Eurekan. Go follow him, Jive Poetic. But he says that this is the only time where every single person in this room is gonna be in this space at the same time, same way. So think about that. This is the only time we'll actually all be here together in this exact combination, in this exact way, feeling the exact same ways we are right now. That's crazy to me. And that's what I love about connection and poetry and all this stuff. This next person is someone who I connected with all those years ago. By all those years ago, I only mean like 3 years ago. But, man, all the way from the other side of the globe, we got Umesh Mohikar.
Hey, Matthew, great to see you again, man, after a long, long time. Hello, everyone. I'm Unmesh Mohitkar on Facebook and Instagram. I've got open mic Let's Unmesh live every Friday, 11:30 a.m. New York time. Here we go. This is something I have written when Matthew used to be regular on the new online open mic. So hopefully he might have heard it. Okay, here we go. The moon never shows his true colors, hides the devil on the other side. Poets are to blame. They see in him their lover, their dreams, their passion. Some see lost ones, loved ones, separated ones who are never going to come back. They look at the moon, they speak with them, but the moon hides his true colors. The moon adds splendor to the night to impress the stars. True playboy who titillates the stars by twisting his body in different angles like a bodybuilder. Desperate stars remains desperate. Touch me not. He's just to see, not to touch. The moon never shows his true colors. The tantrics, black magicians, occultists love moon. It represents the dark dimension, the passion for the unseen, the howls and the cries of the night. The moon never shows his true colors. The real moon is the new moon, the invisible one. On new moon day, he lands on the earth. Try to search him at night. He stands beside you, unseen, untouched, unforgiving, to snatch away something from you to his darker side. Unseen, unknown. The moon never shows his true colors. Thank you.
Give it up for Umesh Mohekar. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Look at that.
Yes,
That's
oh,
Umesh.
That was beautiful, man. That was beautiful, man.
Umesh is like the original energy being in space. For
oh,
real. He was the original energy cat, man. Always love to hear you, Umesh.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Really is. I mean, Umesh is one that really just. I remember when I first started here, like I think he was like the second or third poet I heard when I logged on the first time ever. And I was just like, that is not, because again, I'm from Iowa. The nearest open mic to me was 2.5 hours away from me, like driving. Like we don't have public transportation. So it was like, what is this? Like, I'm so confused about all these different styles. What? So the only thing I had was like YouTube and like button poetry to teach me what poetry was. So when I saw Umesh go on, I'm like, that is also amazing poetry. And it just like expanded in my mind of like, yo, there's people from around the world spitting poetry. I am like dumbfounded. So it was a really cool moment. It really was a cool moment. Again, 3 years since I've been on, like not since I've been on. No, I've been on more recently than that. But 3 years since I started with the new yo, and it's now how deep we've come and how far we've all come. It's just so interesting to see. It's so fun to see and how connected everything is. Poetry makes us. So next, man, I don't know who this guy is, but he matters. Actually, for these next 3 minutes, he's gonna be the subject matter. Okay, so let's bring up subject matter to the mic. Let's get you on up here.
What's up? What's up? Thankful for the opportunity to come on and work out in your lyrical gym. As you said, I goes by the name of subject matter. I'm out of a little place called Long Beach, California, on the West Coast. And can everybody hear me okay? I always have a problem with I always have technical difficulties. You said, okay, cool. I'm just gonna get into my piece. I could be contacted on my Instagram, just like on my page. I mean, you can see on my thing, and I'll put my other information on afterwards. The first time. I have palpitations amidst recollections of the first time. Too bad the next time can't be the first time. Doorbell's chimes lead to a dwelling marred by pain where wounds whine. Damn, that first time. We surrendered our raw flesh, that cursed, blessed, excruciating, exhilarating beginning of hell and mirrored reflections of heaven. We would soon be trapped as a heroin addict is trapped, searching for that vein, slapping inner arm with 2 fingers, hot, sweaty body sliding, gyrating, licking, biting each other into a wild, uninhibited explosion of bestial lust. Junkies prepared to ride the horse to tie up with a thin rubber bridle. A sharp-angled syringe pierces the way we pierced each other. Your eyes were startled. We both felt the rush. The electricity rose from the soles of our feet, tingled through nerve endings, and pulled an explosion from our groins in unison. Damn, that first time. So many nights was wasted trying to find that elusive trickster. So many signs we overlooked as our attention was redirected to an impossibility. Not yet past artificial rapture, our primal needs, physical infatuation, or body parts. We merely awoke to facades. What was beyond the manicured lawn, fresh paint, and the muzzled dog? If we had taken the time to look through windows, we could have seen that the feng shui on the inside was out of sync. We would have known that my water was not in sync with your wind and vice versa. There was dirt swept under the rugs. There were skeletons in closets banging on doors, hinges struggling to hold their grip, jawbones begging, waiting to tell their truths. A monumental holiday of masquerade, golden masks were held up by a stick of lies. The first taste was free, but our peace of mind will forever repay a predatory debt. We will forever engage in predicted spontaneity in search of that first time. I'm a junkie. I can no longer look down my nose at my brethren as they sit in unoccupied storefront steps, hair matted, reeking of sweat and urine, trading their hopes and dreams in their chase for that first time again. How many tears have we cried? How many nights have we sat alone, frustrated with nothing but recollections? Our portrait was so vibrant. But with every storm of reality, tidal waves of pain manifest themselves as paint running from our eyes down our cheeks, drawing a vague distortion of what was the first time. It was a long time ago, yet I yearn for it. Again, we attempt to recreate that first night, only to have daylight greet us and shake its head, straining to hold back his laughter. There they go again, like hamsters spinning on a wheel, trying to catch that first time. That's their piece.
That's the piece.
Woo!
Yeah.
I want to go back. I want to go back. I want to go back. Wow. That was amazing. That was amazing, man.
We
It's
love
crazy.
to hear it. Okay. We're going to keep this list going. And where was I? I remember where I was now. So, funny enough, I've been drinking this drink 3 years ago. Again, I'm going to go back to these 3 years like a million times before the night's over because this is the only time I could ever do it. I wasn't allowed to drink alcohol. Like, I wasn't old enough to drink alcohol 3 years ago. Think about that. That's wild. I turned 24 next week. So it's like, I know I'm young, okay? Don't get me started, y'all. Okay, we get it. I'm young. But still, like, that's wild. I'm 23 right now. Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to think about. It's just something I brought up to my roommate, and he's like, "What?" But we love these poetry. Man, subject matter is such a cool name. It's just like a name. I wish I had like. I can do playoffs of my name, but like it's just, I just feel like my name's gonna be good enough. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. Next person. This is the first name that I honestly don't want to mess up. So I think it's Ike Waltz. We're gonna get it right. Yeah,
You did fine. You did just fine.
Let's go. Let's give it over Ike Waltz, everybody.
Well, nice to meet Matthew and me. Citizen Shame, Dia de los muertos. When the man-made gods defend their teachings with guns put into the hands of their creation in whatever God's name. When men plant these guns in the gardens of Eden and claim that irrigation with blood is just like watering history with that 60% nuts. And it's that wadded trigger finger that makes God's miracle grow. Men say it's what and what, and you can profit from his guns. Market gains provides for handy stocks. The seeds of calculated carnage make you a hero's man. God's follies have blinded eyes, and in his image we too do not care when we pray. What we do is not believing anymore. The echo, what we hear, is what we say. Think about today. Just pray for what God? He is desperate for a lie. As long there is obedience, as long you pray any pretty nonsense, we say, the swamp of forgiveness throws you the repenting lifeline anytime. Just hang on to the convenient belief that there is our man-made God with a magnum gun on his hip who blesses every shot. Keep shooting, keep looting, keep praying for your reliable gun. In guns we trust. Yes, America, we must join the NRA. It seems the gods like the smell of fire and burn you in hell. Gods want to hear you say, stand your Christian ground, do be dumb and pray. And nothing turns out to be less than nothing. And something is not even worth a compromise. Then life turns towards utopia, towards the abyss of man. Finally, let me plagiarize. Rosebud, that's the last word I may say. Just let's press on. Let's feel thorough. Let's pretend to pray. Let's squeeze a tear. And you repeat the say, Rosebud, for whatever it may be, meaning something like nothing. Anyway, Dia de los Muertos, I feel the pain before my fall. However, should I reappear from this long forgotten disease, call a shrink, don't send for the priest. Dia de los Muertos, the grim reaper has knocked on my door. Thank you.
Thank you. Give it up for Frank Loves. My man danced up in here with his words.
Words. Vincent Price strikes again.
Okay, so before this room gets any fuller or less full, I need everyone, if you can, I need everyone to turn on their cameras for a second because I'm gonna take a selfie with my computer for the Zoom room for like my first time virtual hosting. So yeah, we're gonna really quick, like I'm gonna try. Hold up, I need to get the lighting. We're gonna okay, this is gonna work. Okay, I can't even see y'all, so it doesn't really matter. But everyone say cheese. Cool. Now you guys will be on my story, and like I'll try to tag you all, but like I honestly will forget to tag anybody because that's a lot of work to do. But you guys can like follow me, slide up and be like, hey, this is me, and save the story and be like, hey, I was in there. And then I can follow you guys back because I follow back, I promise. I got it. And it was a good photo, guys. Like, look at that. Look at me. I look so happy. And then all you guys in the little screen. I'll save that to my photos. I'm gonna like put it on my wall, maybe. I like putting photos. Next, because we're in an open mic. That means things got to keep on going forward. They can go backwards too, but we're gonna go forward because that's who we are as artist. So next is Liza Loja. Let's get you on it. Let's go, Liza. Let's ask you.
Hi, everyone. It's Liza. How are you? Good job, Maddie. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. So I'm going to do this piece called Connected. It's funny you were talking about connections. The wave crashes and misses with the sand as lovers hold hands while walking on the shore. The moon glistens on top of the sea like a silver blanket, and the lovers get their feet wet. On a street corner, a homeless man plans his evening night spot and realizes that these were not the things he was taught. In a political situation, the man rehearses a speech tailored to appeal to the masses when really his promises are always beyond reach. In a corner, a poet ponders how to properly connect metaphors to describe how we're connected. We are connected by the moon, connected to a clock made by God, connected to a hymn, mythical angels, violins, and metaphors about how angels sing. Yeah, connected by you, connected by me, connected by yesterday and the words you said, connected by pain so intense your heart has no defense, leaving a hole in your soul as evidence, connected by coincidence and consequence, connected by Buddhism, Hinduism, activism, cynicism, eroticism, idealism, and by your magnetism, connected by a kiss, by loss of concentration, by habitual function, connected by articles, by books, our first look, and the groove in a song, connected by a tiny instant we wish we could prolong. And the waves crash and mix with the sand as the lovers hold hands. The moon glistens on top of the sea like a silver blanket. The poet stands and recites in an effort to unite, in an effort to connect with you.
Liza, everybody. It's Liza. Y'all didn't know that, but now you do.
Beautiful.
I didn't
Beautiful, man.
I felt like, okay.
Beautiful.
Extra bad for getting it wrong, though.
Yes.
I felt extra bad for getting it wrong because, like, she's like, it's Liza, and then she goes off into this poem, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, like, yo, you're going like, damn, okay, like, oh, poet, okay, I will not get it wrong again because you made me remember you. You already know that works, you know. The names they stick, I actually have trouble with names most times, but I'll remember this one because, like, I remember the fire that came right after. So nice little up there. Okay, so next, I see the baby is gone. I think there was a child with you at one point. So next is Jesus Lugo.
Yeah, man, if you guys see that I keep cutting in and out, it's because my son just has me running all over the place nonstop. So hopefully he's distracted enough right now where I can get through this real quick. All right, but this is just whenever I write, there's no real titles to anything. I just pretty much write however I'm feeling. And like I said on Monday night, I'm a Christian, but I respect all beliefs. But I just include God in everything that I write. So with that, I said a lot on my mind. Can I express? Can I speak? Where should I begin? Guess I'll start with humility. And I admit there's so many moments when I could be weak, and it's frustrating because that's the side most people tend to see. But what about the times when I'm so mad, I want to react, but in those moments I choose for my aggression to decrease? That's proof I've changed, but some still think that meekness inside me can never be achieved. But once again, when situations occur and at first I want to explode, though keep myself under control. If that was exposed, I definitely see a Nobel Prize for peace. Lord, I surrender all of me, not just a piece. I'm begging, increase in me more of your strength, more of your power. I'm hungry, starving, feed your word and I'll devour. I don't just need you every day. I need you more than every hour. No fears with you. no form of coward. I rise above because you're this tower. Plus, provide constant protection from the prowler. His traps you help me to escape, or the lies, deceit, and hate. Once set on my plate, though sour, I still ate. But your love allows me to throw it up to you, regurgitate. Since then, I now start my day with your word for breakfast. It keeps me contained, helps me refrain from acting reckless. Your love's main effect, I now build and wreck less. Honor you at the top of my checklist. Invest in you by how I live and not the motions of my lips. I promise this and that I'll keep. I went from spiritually buried to my faith surpassing Everest peak. Your plan for me, I trust in thee, but as I seek it possibly, can I please at least just take a peek? It's irritating how my faith most of the times can be so high. They still have moments when so weak. Just went through one again this week. A certain situation had me acting out of pocket, so I prayed, went to church and got charged like a plug to a socket. I was low. Lord, help my faith move like a rocket, not a yo-yo. As I grow in you, my faith does continue to increase. Hallelujah. Thanks for releasing me from Satan's leash. Once I stopped making payments, my soul you came and seized. Sin still exists, trying to make it cease. Satan trick, Jesus treat. That's the truth from you, I won't retreat. Battling my pride, help me defeat. I need it gone fully deplete. As a Christian, never forget we all elite. Not too late, join the fleet. When attack Jesus, make him flee. You set me free once I open the door. Went from knocking to existing in my core. No regrets, no deplore. We in the conqueror to conquer with truth. Victory due to who? You, of course. You're amazing. Proof you allowed yourself to be crucified upon the cross. Hope was it was, because next came the most important part, the resurrection. Together that's the greatest form of God's affection. Holy Spirit, check my inspection. When I mess up, no more deflection. Responsibility falls on the one in my reflection. When you convict, it leads to repentance and correction. Will no longer resist, no more objection. Selection. Can't believe you chose me. Former gang member, drug dealer, user, thief with 2 violent felonies. Change once I finally fell on knees. I receive help from you always in all ways. You deserve all praise. When I slip, you don't fade. You make it clear I could reach out with hand raised and grab you. Even if I miss, you there to pick me up every time. And you know I fall more than Niagara. I'm glad you never gave up on me, though I did on myself. I appreciate all you done for me, especially with you complete in stealth. Your favor, my wealth. So basically what I'm trying to say is, Jesus, I love you, and I'm so grateful for all your help. Thank you.
Give it up.
That was beautiful.
For the poet.
Wow.
That's some faith.
Wow. That was
Yes.
utterly ridiculously unbelievable, man. Wow.
Yes, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Thank you, man.
Yes, man. Word up.
I love the fact, man, that you flip how people look at love, right? Because you really showed your faith in that piece, but you also showed how much your love is entwined with your faith and how much it supports both. So I appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Definitely appreciate all this one.
We love it. You see, spoken word, performance poetry, slam poetry, whatever you want to say, name it. It came from a place to speak up about the beliefs of the people. It came from the Black Arts Movement. It came from the brown people working on farms wanting to speak up against the people, forcing them to work for pennies a day. It came from social justice reforms. It came from men talking in front of church pews. Spoken word, poetry in an essence, is piecing words together to speak your truth, the things you believe, and promoting that throughout the world. That's what it's for. That's where it was birthed. That's what we keep on doing with it. So we're going to continue on to a man I've seen a couple of times. Man, I even had drinks with this guy because he came up to the New Yo once, twice before at least. we're gonna give it up for the Magnus Gustav Solid. Let's get him to the mic.
Hey, Matthew, you're doing a great job tonight. Thank you so much. Greetings, beloved poets. I have 2 short pieces tonight. This is dedicated to Astrud Gilberto, who did The Girl from Ipanema. She died this year. This is The Guy from Mar-a-Lago. Old and treasonous and fat and orange, the guy from Mar-a-Lago gets busted, and when he's busted, each MAGA head goes, ah! When he's busted, people do the samba. They swing so cool and sway so gently that when he's busted, each MAGA head goes, ah! Oh, but Trump watches so sadly. How can they indict him so badly? Yes, he would give his heart gladly. He does nothing straight or honestly, but he shouldn't be free. But he shouldn't be free. No, he shouldn't be free. No, he shouldn't be free. Thank you. And this, my friends, is dedicated to Richard Roundtree. He died yesterday. He was Shaft, if you remember. This is the theme from Shaft. Who's the black private dick that's a sex machine to all the chicks? Shaft. You're damn right. Who's the man that would risk his neck for his brother man? Shaft. Can you dig it? Who's the cat that won't cop out when there's danger all about? Shaft. Right on. They say this cat Shaft is a bad mother. Shut your mouth. But I'm talking about Shaft. Then we can dig it. He's a complicated man, but no one understands him but his woman. John Shaft. Can you dig it? Thank you.
Give it up for Gustav Solid.
Yes, Gustav.
Damn it, Gus, if you don't come through with that, mother, shut your mouth. I'm talking about John Shaft. Damn it. That was all the way fire, Augusta, for real. Appreciate that, man, for real. Rest in peace.
Honestly, though, this man also, besides a mean poem, he spits a mean cover of David Bowie. That's just a fun fact out there. Okay. Next, we got an author in the house. I know we have a few authors in the house. Okay, I know this one I saw kinda recently. Like it could have been 2 months ago. I don't even know. Like I don't do time, y'all. But I saw them vending their book, and they out here. They lovely, and they about to hit us with some poetry, probably from the book, because I see something right there. Let's give it up for Tabitha.
So the last time I saw Marroquín, I was at the New Year's block party, and I was like first time Bender, and he recorded me like doing the raffle. So much love and respect always to New York. Much love and respect, yo. I'm gonna do 2 pieces, semi-short. I was older then. Old enough to know what this was supposed to look like. Capes rolled to the back of his head, like 25 years of destruction laid in every part of his body. And I didn't know what else to do, so I dialed. The sound of his regrets filling my mother's 2-bedroom apartment. An ambulance would arrive, 2 men, white shirts, and a medical bag. This would paint the illusion of betrayal. Disoriented mistakes a child who stands aside all the years her father spent absent, shaping the letters that come early. Polaroids come covered in government markings. In efforts to keep face, he stands proud and signs the ends of his notes, love your father. I miss him, I always did. Now I stand aside an ambulance, being the face of a broken man. This wouldn't be the first of his attacks, nor the first of my heartbreaks. I remember the broken glass and all her questions. How each time I try to pick a piece of hurt, I bled. Height of a child's second home to NA meetings, their prayers becoming my alphabets. Medallions shine like key rings to a new life until there was none. Rest in peace to another angel lost of addiction. And peace, guys. Thank you. I'm gonna do one more. This is titled Why Grown Man Cries. If anybody don't know me, I'm Tab Poetry on Instagram. I do workshops every other Sunday. If anybody's interested, hit me up. Today, I went to view a man just 26 years young. The dim light filled the room of the neighborhood survivors. His mother stood at the entrance with open arms, assuring everyone who entered, he looks like he's resting in peace, right? I can't imagine the long hours she cried before she had the strength to utter these words. His friends of childhood age gather around the casket, each one mourning the sight of his brother. When one shakes his head and says, there's just too many of us here. Thanks, guys. I'm Tabs Poetry. Thank you, Marroquín. Thank you.
Give it
I got
up
books.
for Tab.
Love you,
Tab,
Tab.
you know.
Beautiful, lovely, beautiful. Very
Thank
beautiful.
you, guys.
Word.
Beautiful.
Let's
Word.
go. Listen, Tabs is the real deal. Make sure you plug in with Tabs. Make sure you're getting her books. Tabs is the real deal. For real. Shout out Tabs. Tabs is the realest. For real.
You already know. Hey, I already know she can plug her stuff into the chat so you can follow her and see all the shit she's doing, because she's doing shit out here. Okay? That's all you gotta know. That's all you gotta know. And all you gotta do is show up or buy. That's pretty easy. Okay? I be going on like buying sprees all the time. It's not good for my bank account, but we can do it pretty easily. So let's keep it going so we can get some of these other people on too. So next to the mic, let's see, are they here? We got Marianne. Are they here?
So Marianne had to jump off, Maddie.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I don't see them here.
Yeah,
so that's
had
fine.
to jump off.
We scratching that one. They didn't show up after three says. So next with the actual next person who's next is Principal Guilty Jr.
Hello. My name is Principe. The next poem we called Lover. It was inspired by Taylor Swift album. The title was Vulnerable, Voluptuous Woman, wearing her socially soul for me to solely see, to love hard and hold her heavy heart. Love that lonely soul of hers, like lightly lit lamps with brightness, with the whiff of tall trees standing still next to her. I show her rain showers of love, sun by her, and her stunned by my love, hoping to opening her eyes to warmth, not war, her heart with art for my brush, not in a rush to lust, to fall between her tributary or tribute legs due to my masculine presence, staring into her sunny eyes. I'm reminded of my why, starting to harp my shiny show, striking with lightning, the fears in her heart. I'm her lovely lover. I'm her lovely lover. Mending her with my life. Poem.
Yes,
Give
yes.
it up for Principe.
Hey, Principe.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Alrighty.
Hey, plug yourself in the chat so we can really, really follow you and do all the good things. Because, yeah, honestly, again, names. I'm terrible with names. I can barely remember my own name sometimes. So like, but still, honestly, the ones where I get corrected is the ones I remember the best. So that's the good part. The wild part is like, okay, so I work like some new events too. Sometimes at the actual New Year Weekend Post Cafe, the brick and mortar. And sometimes I'm like on the third time meeting somebody and I'm like, I don't remember your name, but I know who you are. I remember your poem better than I know your name. I don't know why I don't remember your name. So this is why you plug yourself all the time and you say your name all the time. You ever hear those like those talk show hosts and those radio people who are like always, this is DJ whatever. Actually, I mean myself. They do that because you know names are easy to forget. They do it for people like me. Okay, but I mean, at least you give a fire enough poem that I remember the poem. So like, hey, this next poet, I'm also gonna meet. I gotta meet in person. So like, ain't that kind of cool? He's always fun when he comes around to the Nuyo because he comes with like his whole family. So there's like a whole posse of the Fernandezes just walking up like ready to cheer for this man. So let's give it up for Daniel Fernandez.
Hello. I put my link tree in the chat. And it's nice to see you hosting, so cheers to that. For today, actually, I have 3 short poems that is off of the style that I'm usually used to. So the first 2 will be broken into the way I laid it out. It's 4 stanzas with an A, B, B, A rhyme scheme. So the first line would rhyme with the last, and the 2 in the middle would rhyme with each other. But anyways, I'll just jump straight into it. The first one is called 2 Shadows. Love is extraordinary, but once broken, there's asphyxiation, being strangled by devotion with a smile, throwing faith into loyalty like water to fire. I despise mirrors because I can't stand my own reflection. We drifted apart with memories concealed. Years later, I noticed your shadow stayed with mine. Maybe our love never died and this is just all in my mind. That's impossible because you made it crystal clear. Forever lasted shorter than expected, but your company was indelible. I'm sure if you set aside pity, you'll realize it too. Shitting bricks because loneliness can kill you. I protected you from perils, thinking that's being ethical. 2 worlds fell apart because affection was so ferocious. A soul lost in limbo with a fragile heart exposed. Careless and ignorant like Cupid and his arrows. Now I stroll with both shadows in distress while oblivious. Thank you. Second poem is called Lost in Translation. Swimming in the ocean of sadness while headed to shore, drowning in the process from being completely disrespected. We open the door to disappointment when we become emotionally invested, lost in translation as the message gets ignored. The love is there. We can't deny that. Affection was reverenced, so we became greedy, diving headfirst into romance, assuming that it's easy, stabbing empathy so that tenderness doesn't last, drinking a screwdriver and losing myself within the buzz, reflecting on my life and the chaos along the way, questioning my kindness and the emotions displayed, writing confessions because that's what peace of mind does, managing the hurdles of life with respect equipped, fighting intuition until my sympathy goes numb, manipulating cognition like Stockholm Syndrome, restoring my heart with silence and letting time take care of it. Thank you. For the second one, the third, it's different from the other two. So this one, I don't know if it's a known style or if it's something I made up, but it's 6 stanzas with 4 lines and 7 words in each line. And that's how this one goes. It's called The Mother We All Share. Beautiful in every way, like azure waters, always in movement, but unable to ponder. Influential in a way that's beyond her. Quiet soul who never says a word. Hardly indoors, she prefers cool and breezy. Her presence is remarkably conspicuous, believe me. Humanity resorts to violence while she's hazy, healthy as if she drinks mango lassi. She has a temper, and it's frustrating. Storms begin to formulate, and it's devastating. We manage ourselves from whatever is remaining, internally subjective as if it's a painting. Everyone adores her, but not everyone respects. If she was predictable, she'd be perfect. Everything she does is organic and fresh. Existing is her magical way to connect. She is also the nourisher of children. Make you comfortable better than any Hilton. Always by your side to ensure resilience. Wisdom is necessary because living is insidious. Her name is Gaia, like the entertainer. She is not traceable, like a pager. Livid because we kill trees for paper. The mother we all share is nature. Thank you.
Living is insidious. Like,
wow. That was awesome. That was awesome. That was awesome, man.
Good flow.
Straight up.
Mother we all
Wow.
share.
Wow.
Buy his book.
we love to hear it. Fun facts. I did background work, like, the people who are just like in the background of movies for the newest Insidious movie, Insidious 4. So like, if you watch it, you won't see me because I was in it for like literally one scene, like 0.0001 seconds. But that was a random experience I had, and I thought I should share it with you because that's what I do. I talk. That's the only thing I'm good at. So next, next, we got the last on our regular open mic list. It is the one, the only, the person who I don't know, so I'm giving them a really good intro anyways, though. Sophia Monet.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it short to the point. This piece is called Job, chapter 6 and 7. My labored breathing is compulsory in nature. Waiting to be drafted for service, hand over my obituary papers. My friends stand by and pay me disrespect. Please, let me interject. Should I die without regret? I never claimed to be perfect. Will there be a perfect wage for me, or will I forever be in the bed? Why won't my bed proclaim my death? D-O-A. Should have been exhumed from my mother's womb. I'm still hurt. I wasn't a stillbirth. You arrived just in time. You arrived just in time to remind me why I wish I was not alive. My ride or die, my ride or run over. Your words run over my heart, my flesh. My flesh is torn apart.
These maggots drink my stink. I don't care what you think I have done to deserve this. I will not restrain my mouth. I'll dress in my bitterness as I parade my pain in the streets, as I suffocate in your roads, as I watch life run me over. Leave me alone. Turn your face away. Take your target off my back. I take that back. Aim your arrow. Let's make this right. Take away my life.
Wow.
That's it.
Yes,
We want more.
Give it
We
up.
want more. We
We're
want
so
more. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
I have to be
I'm
master.
speechless. I'm speechless, and that's hard, man.
Wow.
Like, damn. That was nuts. That was crazy. That was amazing. That was beyond ridiculously dope, man. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
You made poets speechless, and that's a hard thing to do. Trust me, because we like to talk. And write words. So, congrats. I love the interaction between performance, especially like acting, physiological, like you with the breath. Everything starts with the breath. And then putting it into the words, to the poem, it really brings it to life, you know, especially on a screen when you can kind of, you know, transcribe these emotions into us beyond a screen. Lovely. That's hard to do. So I thank you for that. Commend you for that. That's amazing. We love to see it. We love to see it. I majored in theater, if y'all didn't know. I fucking love performance in every single capacity. So I'm gonna always be like, whenever I see anyone trying anything new or fun or interesting. So we got 10 minutes, well, 9 minutes for a good luck round. So this is great timing because we're gonna give it up to this next poet who is very, very close to me physically, as in the sense of like he's in the other room. This next poet's my roommate. He is the cheese man, the call him Paul karaoke sometimes, but tonight he is the original, the OG Paul con queso.
What's good, Matty? Maize. Storm God's in the motherfucking building. So to everybody who has rocked before and the other, I believe one singular who will come after, it's been a beautiful night. You've been killing it, Matty. Doing what you do, rising into poetry and a calling of yours. Proud of you, man. Proud of you. Proud of you. Love this community. I bleed cheese for this community. And I'm really happy that we gonna have a focus on this online community, because as the New Yo transitions out of its physical space for those 3 years, we gonna return that spirit that we had for the last 3 years that started here for a lot of us, and our connection to the Nuyorican Poets Cafe online that bonded us and brought a lot of us together. I wouldn't have a lot of y'all as friends if not for this online platform. I'm gonna just spit a piece that I wrote this week because I was in my bag and I've been going through some heartbreak. So this piece is about that. This is called Real Love. We are lovers through and through, and though we made it through the storm, I really want you to realize, I really want to put you on. I've been searching for someone to satisfy my every need. Won't you be my inspiration, be the real love that I need, real love. I'm searching for a real love, someone to set my heart free, real love. I'm searching for a real love. I mean, y'all don't want real love. Y'all escapists. Shit. You want vacation trips, not relationships. Want to just patch what needs to be fixed, seeking quick remedies for exit wounds. And in this day and age, romantics must be sadists because we keep diving into acid-tainted dating pools, sticking bare hands into blender blades. I mean, I need some fucking sage to cleanse the sacred space. I mean, text inbox. I mean, body. I mean, I hardly get to know someone before they ghost me, so perhaps I should avoid the whole scene and just have them save me as Casper in their contact soon as we meet. Because despite catching bodies, my heart's an armed robbery that never gets held up. I'm fatigued, B. I just want to be me and be enough, but some women just love men who are menaces, off to be violent because they were deprived of affection. Well, so was I, but I don't go around taking women down to the ground, cue Chris Brown, because any man who puts hands on a woman ceases to be one. But hey, Puddin', some of y'all grew up idolizing the Harley and Joker dynamic, and it shows. So when he goes and blows up on you like he did a hospital, you say it was just one bad day, and then you stay and say, Mr. J, how can I help you? Used to be therapist to sick minds, but now you just talk sick. It's toxic, and perhaps what you need now isn't a dark knight, but a Clark Kent. Yet after all this heart spent, I learned that I can't be your Superman. Can't be your Superman. Can't be your Superman. You're Superman. You're Superman. And you go from Harley Quinn to a contortionist, breaking your own ribs just to fit inside his magician's assistant box. Oh, they have torso sawed, and when you get halved, you let him keep the top, because he knows then you can no longer run away from the pain, and no Novocaine / laughing gas could ever patch the gash smile you carve into yourself in not accepting help and simply wanting to make it all cease. And I guess I get why now with love you're afraid to slip. Don't want to fall in it and risk loss of limbs, empathizing with the intent behind why these days you are far more escape plan than make plans. So escapist, we can't date, and honestly, I'm not even hurt. I just want you to heal. Because all I ever wanted for you was the best, and I just hope that you're just as tired as I am of understanding abuse and love as synonymous. So I pray that someday you find yourself a real love, somewhat like the kind I was hoping to provide.
Give it up for Paul con queso.
Yeah, that was great, Paul.
Just
wow,
great.
amazing, dude, amazing. Wow,
Kill it,
they go
yo.
fire.
Kill
Straight
it.
up.
Go ahead, boy.
Man said
Wow.
you're an escape artist. Like,
Yo.
That
And then he's
not do.
that's fire.
that was
Go ahead.
absolute fire. We love to hear it. I was lucky enough to hear it right when it was being written. Just literally right next to me. It was like, hey, I wrote a new poem. And I'm like, do you want to read it? And he's like, yeah. And then he goes on with this, and I'm like, okay. I was not, it was like midnight, and we're like vibing to music. And this poem comes to fruition, and I'm like, yo, this is it. We love to hear it. Okay, so I forced someone else on the good luck round because I had to hear them. If they're gonna be the tech assistant of the night and the host of the Monday night, I gotta hear their poetry because I know their poetry is dope. Let's bring up the one, the only, the storm god, master of all elements. Might as well call him the Avatar. Elemental to the stage.
Yo, to every single poet who has come through this evening, you are absolutely amazing. You make this thing go around. We would not be here without you. This thing doesn't work. This thing doesn't rock without you. We are blessed to have you in our midst, right? You are the most creative, the most beautiful, the most dangerous community in the world. You are now rocking with the dopest host, minus the Queen, Ray Jane, right? Shout out Thunderlung, C4 in the building. Next, Matthew Marroquín is taking it away. I'm telling you. You are doing amazing. Maddie Ice, I'm telling you, Storm Lake in the building. This cat is 100% incredible. If you agree, shout it out. Give it up a thumbs up. Put it in the chat. Put it in everywhere. Let Maddie know He is now the dopest host this side of Monday night. I'm telling you. You put it together, Maddie. I appreciate you, man. Really, really. As he said, Storm God's in the building. Shout out to every poet who came before me. Listen, it has been a while. I appreciate you, Maddie. And I'm gonna keep the music going. This is some new shit, right? My first attempt at it. This is 7 Deadly Blends. Since we're doing this music thing, let's do it. Woo! Thinking of a master plan, because ain't nothing but sweat inside my hand. Pen turned cannon, steps back, paint pictures and stanzas, necromancer, keeping lost, reanimated, juggling crazy BPMs. All I know is purpose. When it comes to these bars, bleed scars, seen stars, these are nurtured particles, part and parcel to original rhythms, transfixing records to thirsty blood streams for crackling to get it cracking from stacks with stacks of wax. I separate the fact from the folklore. Let's estimate the tracks that I spoke for. Euphoria is the most that you could hope for. Felt bones quiver, then break when bass erupts in riffs that rip through time and space at risk of auditory combustion, cut and scratch that real shit back. I used to pray for times like this to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that to shine like this. No longer basking in blinding daybreaks of despair, mashup, transformer, scratch lasers across hungry skies, starving from dilapidated airwaves. I'm on my Urban Magic Johnson. I'm enterprising, and I keep it ghetto like the hood before they gentrified it. With broken glass everywhere, made furious styles of boys in the hood, a South Bronx blessing. 5 deadly MCs and their grandmaster brought a message of life lessons, help you rock steady down Beach Street of cardboard kingdoms on concrete coliseums of characters that pop locks, made heads spin in silent ciphers where words became verbs. I think of Big Meech, Larry Hoover, whipping work, hallelujah. We plant seeds on darkest days or darkest nights. Green lantern patterns chase fear from spheres of inspiration. Call it new shit. My words are diamonds dug out of mine. Spit them polished. Look how they shine. Whole world loves it when poets outcast remain silent. Black album with Crown Royal on Exit 13. Bumping speaker box, basking in the love below. How I got over KD 13. Are you listening? Are your eardrums open for christening to touch your De La Soul with hip hop tempo control? We 444 plus 44, 4 plus 44 more. Separate the fact from the folklore. Moving in musical movements and melodies of mayhem. It was written to balance the score like Fuji's or Cool G Rap. Are you listening? Thinking of a master plan. I'm enterprising, whipping work, polished for christening, listening to records on repeat, make freestyle fellowship foundation formation a standard where gladiators walk on water from Carter to Carter's, changing this vanguard. I'm enterprising, grind like that to shine like this, spit them, polish, look how they shine. Rhymes never thought to stand against time, make nothing but sweat inside my hand, a dedication to yes, I can and will, plus Jazzy Jeff and best believe clean or dirty. We stay working on these wheels of steel. I think of Big Meech. Are you listening? I'm enterprising, thinking, christening, eardrums with the blessing of hip hop. Peace, y'all.
Give it up for Elemental.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Always killing that mic. Yes, Elemental.
That was insane.
If I had
Do a funk flex bomb for that.
Damn.
So much.
Go ahead.
Ridiculous. Wow.
Damn.
Your pen is lethal.
Hooray.
Come on. Yo, listen, as I always say, I would not have this energy. I would not be able to do this without y'all, right? And I'm telling you, while everybody is still unmuted, before we get out of here, make sure you give it up. Stand on your toes. Give it up for the one and only Matthew Marroquín.
Yes, Matthew.
For real.
Yes.
Matthew, rock and roll.
Yes, Matthew. Awesome job, man.
Not the corn. Not the
Awesome job, man. Awesome job.
He said, cut the cord.
Phil, all y'all are absolutely so beautiful. Fantastic. Come on, Maddie. Take us home, man. You got it.
All right, let's mute it all back up. So thank you all for my first time ever hosting with the virtual online open mic. It definitely was a pleasure. Thank you all for coming to the Thursday night online open mic at the New Eureka Poets Cafe online edition. Make sure you sign up for that Monday, the Sunday before, 24 hours. You already know. Elemental be plugging his own stuff. So follow Elemental, my tech assistant, doing the most out here, doing everything on the ones, twos, the Zooms, and beyond. You can follow me and find me, Matthew Marroquín, at _Marroquín. It is right there. If you don't know how to spell it, it's fine. Thank you all for coming out, and I wish you all a good night. So thank you all, and have a wonderful night. Peace out, everybody.